Hi, and welcome to the second episode of CultureWatch Radio. I'm Andrew Smith, and with me is Bill Muehlenberg. Bill, we've got another gay marriage bill coming up in Australia.
Yes, we sure do. It's hard to keep tabs on all these, actually. We've had probably as many as 15 over the last 15 years. I've been involved in all of them. And so far, we've managed to defeat all of them. But, you know, the other side works by the war of attrition. They keep hammering away. They think if we can keep wearing the other side down, they're just going to give up. And sadly, some may be giving up, but now is not the time to retreat. There's a new cross-party member bill, which will be going into Parliament in August. Once again, we need to stand strong, and we need to defend a marriage in Australia. So that's a very important job indeed. And if we have to do it 100 more times, well, so be it.
And the MPs who have been campaigning for this have been making a big deal about a conscience vote. I mean, why would they care that much?
Well, mind you, there's been a lot of political games being played over this conscience vote thing. Let's look quickly at the Labour Party. They have always insisted that you follow cabinet decisions. There's no room to move except for the very small area of something like an abortion vote. Labour simply hasn't allowed a conscience vote. They want everybody to follow the party line. Now, the Libs have a few of the backbenchers who have said they're in favor of homosexual marriage. So that's why Labour and the Greens and others are now hammering Tony Abbott and the coalition to say, you guys must have a conscience vote. They want to get that handful of renegade Libs to vote with them. Now, mind you, it works both ways. There's a few Labour people who would not be thrilled with homosexual marriage. So, you know, if they're going to demand that the Libs have it, they should do it as well on this issue. So a lot of political games being played, but at the end of the day, it's all about number counting and crunching.
And of course, the existing position of the government with Tony Abbott as Prime Minister is that they're simply not going to have it go through.
Yeah.
And so with the government of the day voting as a bloc against it, there's no way that they can otherwise get the numbers for that bill to pass.
That's right. Tony Abbott has been standing strong, and well done, Tony. We all need to support him in this, contact him, tell him he's doing a great job. He rightly said this is not a national priority. What is the economy, national defense, and so on. These are big ticket items, not a very teeny minority group redefining the institution of marriage.
So if something does go to a conscience vote, who exactly gets to decide how that MP is going to vote?
Well, at the end of the day, the MP will decide. In theory, they're supposed to represent, right, their electorate. So if all of us are doing our job, contacting our MPs and senators, telling them, please do not destroy marriage, well, he should be doing that. But sadly, some of these guys just follow their own conscience. And of course, if it's a seared conscience or a conscience that isn't bounded by truth and morality, well, they can end up voting the wrong way. So that's another reason why Tony Abbott is quite right. This is our policy. We won the election by stating we believe marriage is between a man and a woman, and we'll keep it that way.
And MPs can also face pressure from their own staff and also from within factions of their own party, such as if you vote the wrong way, you can kiss goodbye to possibly becoming a minister one day.
Absolutely right. In fact, we had the deputy leader of the Labour Party just recently saying, I want every single MP to vote this way on homosexual marriage or leave the party. Now, that was so strong and hardcore that even some of her own people have managed to tell her to ease up on that. But that's how radical some of these guys are. You either vote for the destruction of marriage or get out of the party. So that's what the other side's on about.
So conscience votes are not much fun for the MPs involved.
Absolutely. They need, in this case, to do what's right and stand for marriage, an institution that's always served us well, and not cave in to the noisy minority groups.
Bill, a week ago we had the Supreme Court decision in the United States on gay marriage. What's been happening there since?
Well, it's kind of interesting, if not funny. I've been reading of a number of cases of homosexual divorce already happening before even some of these guys are getting married in various states. We're reading about divorce. Now, that's just typical of the experience everywhere. Holland was the first country, 2001, to legalize homosexual marriage. There was not exactly a great uptake on this. In fact, hardly anybody got married. There wasn't a rush to the altar, and for those who did, studies have already shown that marriage lasts on average about 1.5 years. So that's the Dutch experience from over 10 years. The truth is most homosexuals don't want to marry. When they do, it doesn't last very long, and we're already seeing that played out in the U.S. states.
And it's certainly the case in New Zealand. The first gay marriage over there lasted less than 1 year.
Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of par for the course. The idea of a monogamous, long-term, permanent, exclusive union, which is always what heterosexual marriage is supposed to be, that is not exactly a strong point in the homosexual community. It never has been. And as I document in my books, many of them admit that quite candidly. No, we want to transform the institution of marriage. We want to make it into our own image, not the dodgy way it always used to be.
Bill, with the state of play in Australia right now, what do we need to do?
Well, obviously, the key is always to contact our local MPs and senators. Now, there happens to be a very easy way to do this. There's a group called Family Voice. Simply Google them, one word, Family Voice. They already have on their homepage a great system where all you need to do is basically enter your zip code. They will automatically come up with all your state MPs and senators. You type in your little paragraph of, why I think marriage should be between a man and a woman. They'll do all the rest. That'll automatically be sent off to every single state politician on your behalf. So that's a great service. We must avail ourselves of it. We also have to write to Tony Abbott, say, stand strong and thanks for doing so. We need to get into the public arena and share truth about marriage. Talkback radio, letters to the editor, you name it. We just need to get the message out there.
And the good people who are holding strong need to be reminded that they have the support of the community.
Absolutely. It's not just enough to kind of chastise or warn the recalcitrants, especially some of the backbenchers in the Liberal Party. They do need to be taken to task. But what we especially need to do is encourage and affirm those who are doing the right thing, those who are standing strong. They need to be reinforced in hanging in with that decision.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Get out there, support your MPs, and also support Tony Abbott, who's doing a good job of holding strong.